If you have fruit flies swarming about your bar like an apocalyptic cloud of angry locusts, I'm here to help you exterminate those little bastards for good. Okay, how you doing? It is Dave Allred, the Real Barman here from barpatrol.net and therealbarman.com. So any of us who have worked in a bar for any length of time have experienced the dreaded pestilence known as fruit flies. Okay, and once you see like one or two or three hovering around the garnishes, you know it's just a matter of time before they invite all their friends and relatives. Okay, so today's gonna be a quick hitter. I just see this question pop up a lot, so let's help a brother out. All right, now fruit flies only live like a week to a week and a half, but if you're counting on them to go away just by you waiting out their death, that ain't gonna happen because these little buggers breed and reproduce at a rapid rate. Okay, now they are attracted to, yes, fruit and vegetables, but anything like sticky or sugary or any area that is dirty or has standing water that gets stagnant. Okay, so then how do we get rid of them? Well, some of these steps might seem obvious, but the main reason you have fruit flies in your bar is because you don't have a system in place to clean your bar well enough at the end of the night. All right, these procedures should be listed in your closing sidework checklist for the bartenders. It should tell them exactly what to do, and then they simply check it off once it's done. All right, so easy a panda could do it. Because pandas are supposed to be really dumb animals in case that slipped past you. Okay, anyway, this is called having a system in place that ensures certain actions and procedures are taken care of. And of course, the more you can systemize your business, the more efficient, successful, and filthy rich you will become. Okay, now to the meat of this little tutorial. What should be on that checklist? Okay, what actions need to be taken to eliminate the fruit flies? Okay, well, let's start with the obvious. Number one, all the garnishes and food in general needs to be covered with saran wrap and put away or thrown away if it's grody. That's a 1980s word for you youngins out there. You probably don't get that. Get any and all food out of the bar. Get it in the fridge, wrap it up, whatever you got to do. It can't be in the bar area once you close. That's an obvious one. Number two, every area of the bar needs to be thoroughly sprayed and wiped down. And this includes the bar top, countertops, stainless steel areas, the walls, especially the walls near the floor where spills happen. Okay, the sinks, the liquor bottles, the pour spouts, all of these end up being extremely sticky after a shift. And you need to use some sort of like disinfectant spray or Clorox bleach spray. All right, don't just like wet a rag with warm water and wipe everything down. Okay, you need shit that kills germs. All right, just make sure you don't spray the Clorox into the pour spouts of the liquor bottles. Does that make sense? Okay, number three, take all of your bar mats, like the bar rail mats, and put them into a bus tub and take them in the back to the dishwasher and run them through, unless you have a dishwasher right in your bar there. Okay, at that time, I also like to take all the bar tools I've used throughout the night and run them through as well, because they're probably sticky. It makes it easy. Okay, number four, the floor mats. And this is where bars start to get lazy. Okay, well, not the bar. The bar doesn't get lazy. It just sits there gathering drunks. But the people working there get lazy because they only clean their floor mats every other day or even like once per week. And if that's you, this is why you have fruit flies and your bar is disgusting. Okay, they need to be dragged out every single night and doused with hot soapy water and scrubbed. And I like to buy one of those like big Brussels push brooms to do this. And we always had a crew, like a night crew who came in to do all the floors of the bar. So they would also do the floor mats. But if you don't have that, you need to have the bartenders do it. And if they hate you for it, then that's their problem. All right, it's work that needs to get done. Okay, number five, cover your pour spouts. Fruit flies love to crawl down the open pour spouts and happily drown themselves in a drunken act of kamikazeness. All right, and then you go to pour a drink for the regular the next day, and he finds 6 dead fruit fly corpses floating in his Manhattan. Okay, these little toppers here are my favorite for the pour spouts, but there are a variety to choose from. So get online and order a bunch of whatever you like best so your bartenders can cover them every night. Or you can use saran wrap to cover them as well, but it's just not as efficient. Okay, number 6, take out the garbage. And this is another obvious one, but what happens here is that the bussers or the bartenders or whoever will take out the garbage as part of their side work at the end of the night, and they just want to get their work done, so they take it out too early, and then after that, someone else throws some garnishes get thrown in there, or something else that's sticky, and even though the garbage can is like 98% empty, it still has that thing in it that attracts the fruit flies and keeps them breeding like bunnies. Okay, so taking out the trash should be the last thing on that closing checklist. All right, not only should you take out the liner in the bag of the trash that has the trash in it, but before you put in a new one, you should also rinse the cans out with hot soapy water in case that bag inside leaked at all. Okay, and then number 7, this is the most common reason I see for swarms of fruit flies that seem to be multiplying before your very eyes. I get managers telling me, well, we've done everything. Okay, we've cleaned, we've scrubbed, we put everything away, or we've thrown it away, and they're still floating around everywhere. What in the hell do I do? All right, and maybe you already know what I'm going to say, but it's the drains. And I'm not talking about the sink drains, even though those need to be cleaned as well. I'm talking about the floor drains. This is fruit fly paradise. Okay, this is where they have their all-inclusive resort vacations, and they're there for the long haul. Okay, not to mention they have the doors locked, and they're making sweet fruit fly love to grow their village. Okay, so when an owner or manager tells me that they have cleaned excessively and they still have flies, it's always the drains. All right, and the very first time I experienced this, we had an exterminator company come in, and what they pulled out of that drain was worse than that movie The Ring, where like that girl crawls out of the TV. It was disgustingly amazing to see. Like, I couldn't look away. It was a gigantic nest of sickening, repugnant fruit flies. Okay, so what you need to do every single night, I don't know how many floor drains you have, but you need to pour 2 large buckets of scalding water with like 4 cups of bleach in it down each and every drain. Okay, that will wipe out that fruit fly nest growing down there. That is their home. So you need to go to the heart of the matter beyond just scrubbing down your bar top with some hot water. Okay, and if you do that, the flies will literally be reduced by like 80% the next day, and within 3 days or so, you should see them just about gone. Okay, so the answer here is vigilance and elbow grease. All right, take the necessary steps every single night. Okay, you can't take a night off or they will smell an opportunity to breed. Okay, so I hope that helps. Go on now and go commit fruit flies genocide and add those things to your closing checklist and get your bar back to being a clean place everyone wants to visit. Okay, I want to thank you for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it. I am going to see you next time. I'm out.